Activity 2 looks at the phases of movement. So it's important to understand the different phases of movement because each phase has a different impact on the resulting performance or the resulting movement that occurs. So in this section, we're taking a look at those phases of movement and to see what's supposed to happen in each phase and get an idea of how that's going to impact ultimate performance. So here in this situation, it's sort of thinking back. So you've got a picture here. I think you hopefully recognize this athlete from earlier on in the course. All right, so Jesse Owens. And so it's an illustration or a picture about sort of what's happening or what's going on here. So can you guess what event he is doing and what movement he is performing? I know a lot of you aren't necessarily track and field athletes, so I'll let you off the hook if you get it wrong. But try to consider what's happening at this moment in time and what he's doing. And then thinking about, if we're talking about phases of movement, which phase would he be in? Again, is he at the beginning, at the end? What's sort of happening there? And then the next piece here are the phases of movement themselves. So there's a nice little interactive activity here that you can do, which will review the phases of movement for you. And then there's a recap of the phase of movement here. There are 4 different phases of movement. So you've got your preparation phase, which is like your ready position. You got your force production. So we just talked about biomechanics, so that's where this fits in because now we're producing our forces. So here's your Newton's law and your different principles, your biomechanical principles. You've got a critical instant, the point of no return. So either the object has left your body or your body has left the ground, but there's a critical instant that would occur. And then there's always a recovery or follow through to finish it off. And often this is really important in terms of preventing injury, or it's important for the final precision of the movement or where the object ends up heading. So these are the 4 different phases of movement. If you click on these, they'll open up and it'll give you some more information and some more details on exactly what those are and when those things are happening. And then here's just a sample question here. And what would be the order here in terms of phases of movement? So you're going to think critically about the idea that do any of the phases actually lead to variation? So you can watch 2 people do the same movement and end up with the same result, but their body might have done completely different things. And so let's just get you thinking a little bit about the fact that there are sort of a set description of what movement should look like, but at the same time, there will be some variation in this. So here you're just thinking about the variations that might exist between people performing similar movements. And then you're going to think a bit about which phase you feel is the most important in completing the skill successfully. So you'll answer these questions right here as part of this little activity, and then make sure, again, it's looking for you to comment on a classmate's answers. And here's some sentence starters that you can use in order to create that comment. It's really important to comment on people's work or to read other people's work. That's the reason why I have you do it, is it helps you get an understanding of how other people are thinking as well. So what's the difference in a lot of cases between a novice versus an expert? So again, breaking skills down into 4 phases. There's different things that you'll see. Within the FMS course, we're actually even going to talk about different stages. So whether you're stage 1, 2, or 3. So based on development, what the performance of the skill looks like, often depending on the age of the individual, but there are different steps that people go through.